Rise, hello, hi. Can you hear me? What's up, Ryan? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
That's okay. We're good now. Now I'm not on mute. What's happening, Brian? I think I was up and running for like 2 minutes.
Steve.
Yeah, Scuba here.
Good morning, Rofit. How you guys doing? Plush. Good morning. What's up?
How's everyone starting the day today? Are we starting outside? Who's doing Easter right now? Are eggs getting hidden? Let us know. Let us know. Easter's probably one of my favorite holidays. I'm not even a religious guy. I'll start with that. Okay. But it's probably one of my favorite holidays because of the time of year. I think it's warmer, it's nicer. There's growth happening because it's just springtime. But it's my favorite. And like at certain days throughout the year, the weather will feel like Easter. Has anyone ever had that before? It feels like Easter today. It's happened to me a bunch.
Interesting.
So. Yeah.
It's my least favorite holiday.
All right, let's fight. Why?
No, it's just April's just a busy month, like it's normally you get like the Christmas, the winter, like real busy, and then you get a little bit of like a lull ish in like the January, February, March time, like where you're kind of like, I don't know, you're kind of busy, but you're kind of not, kids back in school, stuff like that. But like April is just like birthday month, tax month, anniversary month, spring break, Easter. It's like a nonstop month of just stuff, especially financial stuff. It's like I financially get kicked in the face every April. And it's not just the IRS, but of course the IRS is a big one.
Good morning, Jay. Good morning.
Yeah. Continue on April. April does seem like everything is happening at once. It's like everything took a break for the winter.
Yeah.
And now it comes and smacks you in the face.
Yeah. I get your point of view with the seasons, but as you know, I don't have that issue. But yes, I can definitely see that for sure. Coming out of the cold and into the warm, like we do have that a little bit out here where we moved compared to like living by the beach. But no, it's just a barrage of just like stuff to do. I don't know. I don't think I ever vibed with the holiday.
I got it. I mean, I guess what the holiday really is. I don't know. I'm definitely around like the seasonal holiday change more than anything. But the idea, I think what I wanted to say before was like, I feel you on the April thing, but April's not that month for me. That month for me is May because there's Father's Day. We also have our what's Mother's Day, and then also Lauren's birthday is there, and all that kind of stuff too. But it's like where I think summer plans start to happen. And although Lauren takes a lot of it on, it's still a lot of like planning and thinking and all that. But then I also feel the same way around like although like I don't know, the Christmas holiday gets me. Yeah. It's like Sloane's birthday. That is where I feel overwhelmed. But yeah. Okay, got it.
April. This is also a thing that I dislike a little bit about Easter. Like, what's up with this? I know, again, is Scuba Steve reliable? I don't know, but I do feel like this is somewhat true. It could just be anywhere within a month span time. You never know when it's going to hit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Oh, look at
Easter kind of feels like Christmas light in a way. We do Easter baskets and eggs. I like eggs. You know what? Opinion changed. I love eggs, even though they're.
I do like eggs too. Hard-boiled eggs, deviled eggs. I like the eggs being eaten during the colored eggs. Like I'll eat the colored ones. Doesn't matter. More dye, the merrier.
Upside down egg cake.
I don't know if my wife is listening right now. She's upstate right now with the girls. but if she's listening, I have to say this. I think last year was the first year that I don't know, it just felt like we did like more Easter stuff. So she wanted to dye the eggs like earlier in the week. That's fine. I feel like we usually dye eggs like maybe like the night before, or whatever it was. Maybe that was just because our family did things last minute when I was growing up. But she started to eat dyed Easter eggs like 4 days before Easter. I remember being like, why? What are you doing? She's like, they're the Easter eggs. We eat them. And I said, huh?
Oh.
I was so confused. I was like, you're supposed to eat those on Easter. And then I was like, wait, hold on. Other people have lived experiences. Maybe it's the fact that I just didn't know how to do this. But I was like, wait, what is, it's like, I feel like it's like wrapping Christmas presents, you know, the week before and then opening them up the next day. And it's like, wait, we didn't wait for Christmas. And so I remember being like, what? And it was just not one of those battles I wanted to take on. It's like, whatever, just eat the eggs then. So I remember that. It was like, that blew my mind.
No, maybe it's more like making Christmas cookies or holiday cookies and then like eating them like all December long.
That is a hell of a better analogy than mine. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not
But I
gonna
don't know. Like I don't do that.
Here's what I do hate. What I do hate is when you dye eggs and you want an egg and you try to peel it, but like chunks of the egg come out and then you're just kind of eating egg with chunks of colored crust. Because at some point I give up peeling and I'm like, I'll deal with it.
Yep.
I'll eat some shell. Whatever.
I gotta be honest. I think I'm like an A+ egg peeler, by the way. Like I would say doesn't really happen to me. Does not happen to me.
Oh, congrats for you.
I had it.
A+
I felt that way too up until a couple of years ago, where I went on a streak where I just could not get a good batch of eggs that wouldn't peel that way. But all my life, they were always perfect. It was really weird. So now I'm like, what's the word? I have like a trepidation or something like that, like to like hard boil eggs anymore. So I've just been buying the pre hard boiled ones at the store that are already peeled. Do you roll the egg on a flat surface to crack it before you peel it? No.
That does work. That does work sometimes.
I feel like it's just another way of cracking the
new Easter tradition. Let's dye hard-boiled eggs without the shell.
Okay. Or better yet, you know what you can do? Get that like shrink wrap that you usually put around the eggs and just do those without the shell and see what happens.
Wait, what about icing? Just ice them like cupcakes.
Boiled in ice bath. That's what Scuba does.
You know what's in our fridge right now? Lauren put acrylic paint out for the girls to paint the eggs, and like as they're putting them away, Sloane's like, "Mom, are we able to eat these?" It's like, I don't know, actually.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, might be.
No, I bought
for the guests.
I bought eggs at the store yesterday. My wife and I went grocery shopping. That's a whole other story. Maybe we'll get into it. I grab eggs and she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, are you going to hard-boil eggs?" And I'm like, "No, we're out of eggs. I'm hungry." Like, that's why we're at the store. Like, we have one egg left in the fridge. I didn't even cross my mind yesterday at the store, like that it was Easter, even though like there was Easter stuff all around the store, and half of what we went there for was for her to get Easter basket stuff for our nephew and our kids. But yeah, I didn't even think about it. I was just literally I wanted some more eggs.
Just buy chickens.
All right.
No, you know what? You don't buy chickens.
On top of this egg.
Can we dye deviled eggs? Because that sounds good. Deviled egg sounds delicious.
I feel like deviled eggs in an ice bath.
I really hope one of my family members is bringing deviled eggs tomorrow, or maybe I had to partake in that making. So I love deviled eggs. That's like a favorite.
You guys want to have a deviled egg contest? We can show up tomorrow with our deviled eggs and see who made the best ones.
That's funny. I was thinking we should have an egg peeling contest. Just the
What
three
about
of
an
us.
egg decoration and then peeling speed contest?
Part of me also was wanting to surprise you guys and show up on screen tomorrow as the Easter Bunny, but I didn't want it to be weird when I took my head off. I'll smoke you all in peeling contest. Yeah, but you're not on screen, Elena, so it doesn't count. And we don't have to send you the link.
You know what, Scuba, somebody made a really good point about why raising ducks is so much better than raising chickens. And it made me completely want to make sure that if I ever was in a position to buy chickens, I would get ducks instead. Apparently they're better, like they're healthier, the eggs are bigger, and it costs less to actually take care of them. And so I was like, oh wait, those just make sense. So I would do duck eggs. Guys, give me some gratitude for today. How are we feeling? Also, we have an egg Olympic tomorrow, so it's gonna happen. So you guys have to show up. We have to do egg Olympics. Dom needs to have a rabbit head, by the way. But it's set. So we have 3 contests coming. I think this is gonna be great.
One of those boxes up there.
An egg triathlon.
We got egg peeling, egg decorating, and then deviled egg making.
Should we compete for egg consistency with boiling?
This is why I love Brofit. We're on the same page.
Duck eggs.
Oh, 8.
Interesting.
You boil hard-boiled eggs for 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
No way. 8's too long. 5.
What are you eating? Raw yolk?
No, it's like just soft, just soft enough. 8's too long. Fact.
All right, you go ahead and boil yours for 5 minutes and have raw egg tomorrow. That'll be fun. I'm gonna cook mine actually, and I'm gonna go to 8 minutes. Weirdo.
And I'm just gonna throw it in the pan and see what happens. I don't even time it.
Is this how you hard boil it?
I'm gonna microwave my eggs. Beat you all.
Oh man.
Wait, give me. Hold on. I want to know. 5 minutes is not enough time to boil an egg.
It is.
No, I mean yes.
At least in mountain time, it is. In mountain time, we also have a higher elevation, which does affect egg boiling.
Their eggs are weaker.
Hold on.
I'm getting angry. Can we move on?
So who knew eggs was a trigger for dads? All right, we were going into gratitude. I got something today. Bailey.
No, I'm over gratitude now. We're not doing eggs for 5 minutes.
Oh my god, this guy.
Literally 5 minutes. That's all you need.
All right. I'm sorry. It's okay. Let's get it. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute.
Just to be with your thoughts.
Just so that I don't speak out of turn again.
All right. So Plush Garden had a gratitude. Weather's warming up for her. Kids are excited for tomorrow. Yes, nice. Good job. Mom pun. Good coffee. It's the weekend. Let's go. For me, the gratitude is Bailey has her first, let's call it official day of work today. She is actually working an Easter party at my wife's club. Officially working. She's worked a couple of them before, but she's actually on the payroll. She had her orientation. She knows how to clock in. She got a uniform, all that stuff. And she is going to be working the party. She'll probably be dressed up as the Easter Bunny, and maybe have to sub in as a lifeguard if they need her. But yeah, first day of work.
Congrats.
We're excited for her.
Brooklyn, not Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey. Bailey's the older one. Sorry, we named them all B's, so it's easy to get them mixed up. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. I can mix up any names. Doesn't matter what.
I just don't even remember the names, so I don't have anything to get mixed up.
My gratitude is Junie had a good friend hangout. Junie wanted to do this for a week and a half. She wanted to have a little get together to celebrate end of standardized testing,
Nice.
which I really appreciated. I think that was a good idea. So we had 8 9-year-old girls over, pizza. It was really loud. Got to meet some new parents, and talk to parents that I had only known in like school drop off and pickup. So I appreciated that. I did an art trade with one of the dads that stopped by that also is into cards. He does lino block prints of playing cards. I think he edits cards. You know how like you take like MTG cards or whatever, and then like people just edit the artwork. I think that's what he does. I asked him if he heard about V-Friend stuff. He had not. I showed him the ones that Ryan gave to me, so we talked a little bit about that. It was good little daddy connection.
Awesome.
Appreciations.
Wait, you guys traded? So what, you traded one of your art pieces for his art pieces? Is that what you did?
I gave him 3 of my art pieces. I have a bunch of prints that I wrapped, like I have them shrink wrapped and all that jazz for whenever I do some kind of art fair event.
Nice.
And little trade, just a little art trade. Something I'm trying to do more of, like trade art to have things from other people rather than just my stuff.
I think you have to sell more.
I would love to sell more. Whatnot. Jumping on Whatnot is on my list. I think it's down towards the 30s on my list, but it's on there.
I think Ryan should teach you when he's out there with you in Arizona in the summer.
Yeah.
The Whatnot? Yeah, we can definitely do that.
I enjoy.
You're not going to want to go outside. It's July in Arizona. Might as well just stay inside on the computer.
We'll get our blue light somewhere else.
There'll be a pool though. We'll just hang out in the pool the whole time. Gratitude for me right now. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to, I think, just thinking about those positive type of associations and words. I think that I am just feeling, I think I'm just feeling somewhat playful right now, which is definitely really good. I want that. My girls are not going to be back until later today, so I'm feeling a little bit focused, and I think being somewhat resourceful right now at the moment, and trying to, I think, just make sure that I'm feeling somewhat accomplished today. So like, those are 4. Those are 4 that'll be good for me. 4 positive words that I'm going to take into the day. That's what I'm going to do. That's where I'm at.
Everybody say hi to Whitney. Welcome, Whitney. Thanks for jumping on.
Hello.
Whitney's one of our awesome friends out here in Colorado. She'll be joining us for Easter dinner tomorrow.
Nice.
Her kids and her husband. So I'm sure there will be some egg-based dishes for sure.
Well, if she's been watching the show, she's going to bring it up now. She's going to challenge you to a peeling contest.
Yeah.
Live.
We're going to do it.
You better bring it.
I feel like Whitney's going to smoke me for sure.
Definitely. Get these comments off.
I think you guys should set up. I think if you have friends coming over, you should set up Whatnot together, so it's easy.
What?
And
for
then
egg boiling?
No, for painting. You can set this up, and your girls can help you, and I think it'll be great. And I think you can just kind of go through some of your paintings. I think setting a timer for like 8 minutes, be like, I'm just on for 8 minutes. I'm going to paint right now. I'm going to say hi. I'm going to say bye, and just get it feeling. Just get it started. Just get it rolling. It is really easy, I think, once you start it up.
Yeah, I think I did it once when I was playing around with video and stuff. I'm going to make a hard turn to the reading today because I enjoyed it. It's a simple one.
Let's go.
It's 8:53. My goodness.
Yeah, we spent 22 minutes talking about eggs. So this one brought up one thing that this reading particularly applied to last weekend. I had a doozy of a few days last weekend, and my sleep was all over the place this week. Like I think I'm just getting over it. Last night I was like sleep stupid. Like I thought I was good, but I think I couldn't concentrate, all that jazz. And last weekend there was like a bunch of things I was doing. They were all like good things. Like I had like art shows set up. Testing was weird. The schedule was all off. Threw everything off. And then it helped me it kind of brought back to my mind something I heard. I think I first heard it from my brother-in-law, Pat. Pat and Tori are listening. And I can't remember what the situation was, but it's kind of like a rephrasing of like what you're doing, like when you have a lot of things going on right now, a lot of what we're doing is probably with kids and family and friends and driving, all that jazz. And a healthy way to reframe that is like, instead of saying I have to, kind of rephrasing it and saying like I get to, this is like, oh, I get to do this whole morning thing with my kids. I get to drive with my kids in the morning. We get to talk. Is it stressful? Sure. But it's like I get to like take all this awesome artwork that my students made and present it, and I get to show the community what they do. It's tiring. It's very work intensive, but it's like, what's better than all those interactions? What would I be doing better if I weren't doing this? So that's my takeaway from today's reading, is just a little bit of gratitude for the things that I get to do that really just wear me out. Thoughts?
I think the hard moments definitely end up bringing on, I think, a different connection point with people. So, I think the reading today started off with like, hey, you know what? Your kid gets diagnosed with some sort of sickness, just a cold or something, whatever, from the doctor. Something else happens. And all these things can definitely be headaches. But at the same time, I think that it's one more opportunity to find a little bit of compassion, to find a little bit of empathy, and then connect with your kids differently. Where my mind went right away is having hard moments where mom and dad are going to maybe yell, they're going to get a little bit angry for a moment, but it also is a great moment to connect with your kid. I think to, one, appreciate that you have this hard moment, because not many people do. Some people just don't have the opportunity to have kids. And I think you now have a moment at that point to kind of resolve something or talk through and say, hey, you know what? My emotions were this because of X, Y, and Z. And I just want you to know that regardless of what I'm saying in the moment or how things went, like, I still love you. And, we're still working on each other. And so, I think all those moments bring on these, all the hard moments bring on all these amazing opportunities that we probably in our day-to-day, our mundane, work life in some kind of ways, like we don't get those. We don't get the opportunity to actually like dive deeper into emotions and connect with someone the same way that we do with a kid as they're growing up and all that kind of stuff too. So I always just look at it as all of those hard moments are just one more way to connect. The same thing as like, just the last analogy I'll say is, it's like getting lost in the woods with a friend and like being like, oh my gosh, like I have no clue where we are. You guys are going to, you're freaking out. You're like, I think we're lost, whatever. But like in that moment, you're connecting in a different way. You're seeing who's going to be stronger with navigating. You're going to see who's going to be able to, help with one survival skill, or, how to lean on each other. And, you come out of that moment stronger, with like a stronger bond. Maybe not, maybe hate each other more, but I think that with the kids, it's less like that. So, it's all about those hard moments, and we have to take advantage of them. Right. And if we don't, then it's your decision to continue making them hard moments if you don't look for the good in them.
Yeah. They're going to be hard either way. Hard boiled either way. But I think it's really that. I think that's really a test of like changing your perspective or point of view, finding the best in whatever it is, the things that you have to do. Like what's the end goal? How are you improving? what are your kids getting out of seeing you navigate all these difficult tasks?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, you guys both said it. Do I need to say it? You know, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. I think of a lot of hard things that my wife and I have been through, and it's brought us closer together. It's you push your boundaries on what you're capable of, and yeah, I mean it's you gotta take those. It's a weird perspective that like you always want to be in a good place. Like you always want to be like happy and not have challenges when you're in them and when you're out of them. But then like if we didn't have these challenges that came up and tested us and pushed us and taught us whatever lesson it was teaching us, we'd all just get bored. We'd all self-sabotage. We'd get ourselves into those challenges. Like it's just a part of the human life and the human nature to like want to be challenged and grow and learn and have these opportunities. And I think anyone who's not in that place is in a completely different mindset. Those are that's what I think would lead to like a depression or whatever. So yeah, I like the idea of looking for those those obvious small opportunities. I think more along the lines of what Jason was talking about those small little annoyances. Like yesterday taking Bailey to orientation, it was just I just sat in the car for like an hour and a half while she was inside. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought it was just going to be her dropping off some paperwork. And I texted my wife. I'm like, she's been in there for like over an hour. And she's like, oh, sorry. But, then Bailey came out and she was super excited to like tell me about, everything that happened and all this stuff. So it was a cool moment for sure.
While you were sitting, like you had to sit in the car for like an hour and wait.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, might that time, did that assuage out of you any kind of reflection on like your first jobs and how that all went?
A little bit. So I went through a lot of it, like I went through that. I think I also went through a little bit of like what the Reedy was saying. Like I went through like the frustration of like this is my Friday off to spend with my family, but I'm like in a parking lot, just like hanging out. I obviously, distracted myself in like a Netflix show. And then I was more so like thinking to myself, okay, like she's getting a good tour, like she's gonna know, like, because she's been there a lot, so she knows it around, but she doesn't know like the ins and outs of it. So it's like it's better her to have this time with whoever she's having this time with, than to come tomorrow on her first day of work and be like, what do I do? And then after talking to her and my wife a little bit more, I guess she was very nervous about talking to like the HR person and the person above her. And then after having that time with them yesterday, that one time, she was very much like, "Oh, no, it was very good. Like they were super nice people, blah blah blah." Yes, I could have been learning to hard boil eggs too. But yeah, it was time well spent for the most part. Got a little bit of work done, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's so exciting! I was just thinking about how whether she's excited or not, just like a life experience like that for her with her first job and everything.
Yep,
that's really cool. That's really cool to think about. What's kind of upcoming. I know for my girls and what I get to watch them do. So awesome! Thanks for that. I just got excited.
It never stops, man. It never stops. Like it changes, but it never stops.
That's a good point, man. All right. Well, boys, how are we feeling? We feeling like we can take on Saturday? We feeling like we can get ready for Easter tomorrow? Are we ready for our egg battle?
Yeah.
Our egg fight. Yeah. Hey, quick, here's a little idea for us for next week. I really enjoyed our short text thread on budgeting. What do you guys feel about Dads After Dark and peeling
Talk
apart
budgets.
our budgeting practices?
Very vulnerable. I think it could be a good discussion. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still in the thick of it, so I started the conversation, and I'm more than happy to open it back up again and see if anyone else has anything to share, or if anyone wants to talk more about it, for sure.
Do we know anyone in the community that dad or mom that would be good to pop up and walk us through some things?
Pop it in the chat. See if there's any accountants or advisors out there.
Yeah.
Expert budgeters who really nail it.
Am I wrong thinking
Yeah.
Diamond Deb is that? Isn't Diamond Deb?
Deb is an accountant. Yep.
Right.
She
Okay.
is. I know that for sure.
I don't know if the accountant is the right person to have. I mean, of course, but
yeah.
I don't know if it's part for the conversation, but that would be I think it could be really cool to kind of share like what we do and then have someone just destroy at least me and be like, that doesn't make sense. You're doing it horrible. And so way too many cards.
Way too many rare cards in your video today.
I gotta get rid of these. Look, I have so many cards over here, like all over my bed, and I don't know what to do with them. Do I sell them?
You should move them so you and Lauren can sleep. That's what you should do.
First off, that's probably really weird. She's like, Ryan, there's a sympathetic squid stuck to my thigh again. Can we do this?
You know what? I think I do a really great job I do a lot of collecting, but I think I'm very organized. And I think that if there was ever an issue, I'd be like, no, my stuff's not in the way. It might be annoying and we might have a huge,
that video in that bed sure did not say that you're organized.
They were laid out nicely. Like, I appreciate that.
I've always been an organized person. Jason's known this. At least clean.
Yes, you have.
Let's find some Dads After Dark time.
Do a Monday?
Yeah.
Monday's probably out for me.
Bastard.
I'll be peeling eggs that night. But I think any night besides Monday I could probably do.
Huh. Well, I've always have a hard time getting to Tuesday. So I'm always like, I'm going to be on Ann stream, and I'm never on Ann stream.
All right, let's do Monday. Let's do. I'll make the stretch. I'll make it happen.
Okay.
What just happened?
Sorry, unfortunately, Monday's really the only day for me next week.
I changed my mind, Ryan. That's what happened.
Oh, it's just a mind decision. There was nothing in the way.
I changed. No, Monday's usually our busy day. Mondays are a busy day with like soccer practice and all that jazz. And I have to do art show teardown that day too. I got to figure out how I'm going to fit all that together. But I want to make some time for that conversation.
All right. Awesome. All right, guys. Have a great Saturday.
Yeah, buddy.
Enjoy your eggs.
Those eggs, people.
Peace.